Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. Dun, dun. It's a raccoon with a talk show slinging culture facts you might not know. From the biggest flops to the greatest hits, this is Trash Can Tidbits.
Happy June, everyone, and welcome back to the show. Last week, I asked the trivia question, which Bond theme song was the first to not have the title of the movie it was written for? The answer is, Nobody Does It Better from The Spy Who Loved Me. That song, written by Marvin Hamlish and Carol Bayer Sager and sung by Carly Simon, does contain the line The Spy Who Loved Me in its lyrics, but that is actually not the name of the song. In contrast, there have been 4 other songs that are either not named after the film or do not even mention it in lyrics. These songs being All Time High from Octopussy, You Know My Name from Casino Royale, Another Way to Die from Quantum of Solace, and Writings on the Wall from Spectre. Now, this week on Trash Can Tidbits, I'm going to be doing a very different kind of list. It's June, and it's also Pride Month. Therefore, I'm going to be presenting 10 facts about the LGBTQ plus entertainment community, and will contain facts related to personalities who identify as such. Whether you yourself identify as gay, bi, or trans, I hope to present a lot of interesting facts for everyone out there. I myself am bisexual, and that's one fact right there. However, that will not be on this list. So here we go with fact number 1. Did you know that the late Sir Nigel Hawthorne is the first openly gay actor to be nominated for a Best Leading Actor Oscar? Other gay actors have been nominated for and or won the Oscar before he did, but he was the first who was out of the closet at the time. He was nominated for The Madness of King George in 1994, but lost to Tom Hanks for Forrest Gump. Fact 2. Did you know that Shakespearean actors Sir John Gielgud and Sir Derek Jacobi share not only a movie role in common, but also a student in common? They both played the role of the butler in both movie versions of Murder on the Orient Express. Coincidentally, both actors are also gay and have been directed by Sir Kenneth Branagh, who coincidentally starred in and directed the 2017 Murder remake. Gielgud and Jacobi have been mentors to Branagh and have appeared in some of his films like Henry V and Hamlet. Fact 3. Did you know that one of the models that appeared in the Bond film For Your Eyes Only was transgender? Model Caroline Cossi, then known as Tula, appears in a scene set in Spain in a white bikini getting out of a pool and walking past the camera before Bond is captured by enemy forces. After the movie was released, the press discovered her background. Cossi was the first trans woman to pose for Playboy, appearing in 1991, and she's been a strong advocate for women's rights ever since. Fact 4. Did you know that Chris Colfer's character on Glee, Kurt Hummel, was actually created for him? Colfer originally auditioned to play the wheelchair-bound Artie Abrams, but creator Ryan Murphy was so impressed with him that he decided to create the character of Kurt just for him. The name Kurt Hummel comes from Colfer's resemblance to the character of Kurt Von Trapp in The Sound of Music and the Hummel cherubic figurines with their rosy cheeks. Coincidentally, Colfer had played Kurt in a school production of The Sound of Music, a fact that Murphy found out later. Fact 5. Did you know that Charles Laughton, the first British actor to win an Oscar who was also closeted at the time, resided the Gettysburg Address in full costume and makeup on the set of the 1939 remake of The Hunchback of Notre Dame? Laughton had previously done this on screen in a 1935 movie he made called Ruggles of Red Gap, at a real time when he was taking up American citizenship. Hunchback was made at the time when World War II had started in Europe, and to inspire people and boost morale, the actor got up in a lull in shooting in full Quasimodo makeup and proceeded to recite the Gettysburg Address. That morale seems to have shown in his performance, as his Quasimodo is one of the best I've ever seen. Fact 6. Did you know that the character of Poison from the Final Fight series is generally accepted as trans, even though the English and Japanese versions of the game have different descriptions of her? Originally created as a female enemy for the players to fight in the original arcade game, she and her palette swap, Roxy, were switched out for the international release with male enemies named Billy and Sid when concerns came about for violence against women. Later editions have included Poison, and she's even made her way into the Street Fighter games. Capcom has since deliberately been vague about her gender for many years. even describing her as intersexed at one point, while Capcom USA has officially stated that she is a post-op trans woman. I share this stance as well, and ultimately, I think it's up to the player to decide what her gender is. Fact 7. Did you know that comedian Andy Dick was featured in 2 unsuccessful series that were either remakes or continuations of projects featuring Don Adams? First and foremost, Dick co-starred on a 1995 TV revival of the 60s spy show Get Smart, in which Adams reprised his role of bumbling secret agent Maxwell Smart. Andy Dick played Max's equally clumsy son, Zach Smart, and the show was not a success, being canceled after only 7 episodes. Secondly, Dick appeared in a supporting role in Inspector Gadget, the movie, playing Dr. Claw's henchman Kramer. Now, the less we have to say about that movie, the better. Fact 8. Did you know that Sir Ian McKellen was offered the role of Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings while he was filming the first X-Men movie? The Lord of the Rings had already been in production while filming on X-Men was going on, and Gandalf was not yet cast, which intrigued McKellen, but he was worried he wouldn't be able to do both movies at the same time, since it required him to be in New Zealand. He ultimately worked out a deal with X-Men director Bryan Singer so that he would finish all of his scenes as Magneto by the end of 1999. This meant that no time would be wasted in allowing McKellen to travel to New Zealand the following year, and he ended up being nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for playing Gandalf. Fact 9. Did you know that the appearance of Sergeant Spectre, the Cyclops police officer in Pixar's Onward, is the first time an LGBT character is presented in an animated film? Her voice actress, writer, and producer Lena Waithe has been a strong voice for LGBTQ+ rights for years. She's also known as the creator of such shows as Showtime's The Chi and Boomerang, and has also appeared in such projects as Ready Player One and Westworld. Fact 10. Did you know that George Takei is most likely the only actor who has participated in both Star Trek and Star Wars productions? Obviously, he's best known for playing Sulu on Star Trek, the role that made his career. But he also appeared on an episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars in the episode Defenders of Peace, where he played Lok Durd, a general in the Separatist droid army. Sadly, even though he was meant to be a recurring character, he didn't appear in any other episodes after this one. And here's this week's trivia question. Avant-garde filmmaker John Waters may be best known today as being the director of the original version of Hairspray that became a worldwide sensation. The original Hairspray featured the likes of music icons such as Debbie Harry, Sonny Bono, Rick Ocasek, and several others that tell a story about how music has the power to bring together people of all races and differences. It also featured a drag performer who went by the name Divine, who had been in all of Waters' films up to that point, such as Pink Flamingos and Polyester. Divine originated the role of Edna Turnblad, and it's been a tradition to cast a male actor in drag to play the role ever since. My question to you was, what was Divine's real name? And there we go for this week. I hope you enjoyed me switching it up for Pride Month. No matter which way you wear your colors, don't be shy at waving your flag high and proud. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring the bell for future notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.